Hi, I'm Dr. Jared Gardner, and today I'm going to show you a really amazing example of gout. Right here, it just looks like we're looking at a dirty slide. This is a smear of material from a painful gouty tophus on the great toe. That's a common site for it, but it could be any site. And right here, it doesn't look like much, but when I put in my polarizing lenses on my microscope, watch how this what looks like a dirty slide transforms. And you can see that under polarized light, these needle-shaped crystals have the property of birefringence. They brightly glow and they're able to change the direction of the polarized light beam. And they have that needle shape that's characteristic of gout. Let's go in closer to see what these look like. Now here you can see a little better the needle-shaped appearance. In some areas they're kind of scattered about, and in others they're clumped together. And when we adjust the exposure level on the camera, we can see better as I'm rotating the one of the polarizers right now, and you can see how the color and intensity changes a bit. And in areas where they're clumped thickly, they kind of have a brownish or orangish kind of color like you see over here. And sometimes it takes on a rainbow appearance like you see in that large clump in the middle there. Pretty cool, huh? For as pretty as this is, it's very painful and miserable for patients who suffer from this. And so sometimes the things we see under the microscope look really fascinating, but really cause a lot of suffering for the patients who have them. So the ideal way to diagnose gout is if you can get a fresh smear of the material from the tophus and just smear it across a slide and either air dry it. Sometimes people like to alcohol fix it. There's a thought that formalin dissolves the crystals, but actually some of the things I've read suggest that it's actually the eosin stain in the H&E that dissolve the crystals. I'll put some links down below, and you can go read up on that if you're interested in the science behind it. But in any case, if you get a fresh smear, this is definitely the most fascinating and visually appealing way to see the gout crystals, and these are the needle-shaped monosodium urate crystals. Now let's look at what it looks like. The same tissue submitted in formalin and then processed and put through on a regular H&E section. Now, this is what gout tissue looks like on regular H&E after formalin fixation, paraffin embedding, and routine processing with a hematoxin and eosin stain. From low power, to me, you see these pink aggregates. They remind me of pink, fluffy clouds. I think some people have likened it to cotton candy as well, which sounds nice if you have a sweet tooth. These are where the aggregates of monosodium urate crystals were, and they've been, again, dissolved during our normal staining process. The cells that you're seeing here around the outside of each of these lobules of gout crystals are histiocytes and giant cells that are reacting to the crystals. Let's go in closer. So honestly, on this appearance right here to me is diagnostic of gout, even without any polarizable crystals. So the crystals usually are washed out, but this pattern is so incredibly distinct that really, to me, nothing else really looks like this in pathology that I can think of. So let's go closer. And if you look into those frothy material in the middle here, the pink fluffy stuff, you can see, if you use your imagination, that there is kind of a very thin needle-like appearance. Oh, let me flip the condenser. There's a thin, almost needle-shaped appearance, and I think that's like the washed out area where the crystals were. But usually if you use a polarizer on this, we can try it here. Usually there's nothing polarizable left. Occasionally you'll find small areas that have the polarizable crystals. But most of the time, that's all you get. Black, nothing. So, and I will put a link below, but you can also take an unstained paraffin section, and sometimes you'll be able to see residual crystals in that, but if you use an unstained section. And again, I'll link to a video showing that. Plus, it's really cool to see what paraffin wax looks like under the microscope polarized. And then see again the histiocytes here along the outside. They can look very dark and almost pleomorphic, so don't let that fool you. That's just reactive giant cells and histiocytes forming kind of a granulomatous response to the foreign material, or the uric acid, which the histiocytes are kind of treating like a foreign material. So that is what gout looks like both on a smear under polarized light examination, and here on an H&E section, this is gout monosodium urate deposition.